Namo Narayan. So, we have gathered here to understand the next leg of our Swadhyaya Satra studies, Swadhyaya. And we will be talking about the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, especially the fourth chapter, the Kaivalya Paada. But before we go ahead, let us start with Shanti Path. Please sit straight, head, neck, shoulders back in a straight line, eyes and mouth gently closed. Become aware of the whole body from the top of your head to your toes. Awareness of your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, abdomen, lower back, hips, legs, the whole body. Shift your awareness to your breath. Normal spontaneous breathing coupled with awareness. I am breathing in and I am breathing out. And I am aware I am breathing in. I am aware I am breathing out. Let this be the form of your awareness for some time. Shift your awareness to your breath, to your Bhumadhya. At the Bhumadhya, visualize the form of either your Guru or your Ishtadevata or a brightly burning candle flame. Maintaining your awareness on this, we shall chant the mantra Om 3 times, followed by the Shanti mantras. Inhale deeply. Om. 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 Together. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Gently rub your palms against each other. Place them on the closed eyes. Experience the warmth radiating from your palms to your eyes, to your brain, to the whole body. And then gently move the palms away. Open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namo Narayan. Jai. So, we were discussing about this civilization which existed many centuries ago, and this civilization was a very amazing civilization. This civilization achieved the zenith in material progress. What is it that we need in life? We have some desires. kamana. And we want to fulfill those desires. How do you fulfill those desires? You have to become capable. I might want the most rare of the rare diamonds, but I might not have the capacity to have it. I might want the latest car, but I don't have enough resources at my hand. So, if I want to fulfill desires, then I need to have enough resources at my disposal. Only then can I think of achieving those desires. And to be able to acquire resources, you need to upgrade yourself. Given our existing skill set, we are unable to acquire the latest car. Let us use the example of a car. You want the latest car, which costs X amount of rupees or dollars or pounds or sterling or whatever currency we want to use. I don't have that type of money with me. So I am unable to buy. So what do I do? Either I go and steal it or take it forcibly. But both those options are not feasible options, because sooner or later, the object of my desire is going to be taken away from me, or I'm going to be taken away from it. I steal a car and I enjoy it, the police will come and take it away from me and put me in jail. So that is not an option. So what do? I have to work and find out a system by which I can gather enough money so that I can afford that car. Why do I want money? I want money so that I can fulfill my desires. Money is a means to an end. Money is not the objective in itself. And to achieve this state of having enough money, I need to find out what skills do I need to acquire so that I can get money. Oh, plenty of money I have because I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a computer programmer, I'm a business analyst, I am this, that, the other. Everything what is being taught today is that of acquiring money. Money as a means to achieve your desires. So I have plenty of desires and I am having plenty of money because I have empowered myself accordingly. But even after having plenty of money, plenty of desires, plenty of fulfillment of desires, I feel incomplete. Why do I feel incomplete? Why am I not happy? I wanted to fulfill that desire of having that amazing car because that would make me happy. So I purchased this car and I drive the car and I enjoy it to the fullest. But still, that happiness eludes me. I get happiness for some time, but then the happiness goes away. But I want to be in happiness all the time. Okay, so let me go for another car, another desire, and so on and so forth, and goes on and on and on and on and on. But then it is found that the desires are endless, and you keep running after fulfilling these desires. Yet they don't give you lasting happiness. Oh, that means there must be some other method. And this is the point where the spiritual sciences begin. When we have come to a point where, by our experience or by our knowledge, we have realized that just fulfillment of desires by acquiring objects from outside is not sufficient to give us lasting happiness. In fact, that is not even needed in the final say. That's what people have realized, but we haven't reached that point as yet. At this point, we feel that, oh, objects of desires need to be acquired, but they are not sufficient. So, what is it that will give me happiness? What is the source of happiness? And slowly and slowly and slowly, a question starts arising. Who is it that wants happiness? I am the one who wants happiness. But then who am I? What is this body? Where did I come from? What is the origin? These are questions we start coming in our mind. At least they came in the minds of those people in the past who were the stalwarts of this civilization, the Vedic civilization, the Indian civilization, whatever name we would like to give it. And they realized that we exist, but this is not all what we are. We are more than that. There is an aspect of ourselves which is not comprehended by us at this point of time. And then the search began. And in this aspect of the search, it was discovered that just as
Hmm.
we have,
Huh?
just as we have a car, the car has a structure, mechanical components, electrical components, fuel, everything is there. The car itself cannot run itself. The same way, this body cannot run itself. The car needs a driver. This body needs the mind to run it. But just the car and the driver do not complete the equation. You need the owner, you need the passenger to give directions where to take the car. Then the mind knows how to take the car where told. And the car knows what to do so that you can actually move. So this is how the structure is. So if this is true for the car outside, what about this car, this vehicle, this ratha? Mind is the sarathi, but who is the rathi? Who is the person who sits in the chariot and says, okay, I need to go here? Then started the query. Oh, that is the actual self. But why is it that I am not able to experience that self? And study started on the state of the mind, because it was found that it is the mind which holds the key. When you transcend the mind, you are in that state. And till you don't transcend the mind, comprehension of that state also is very difficult. So those people who yearn to walk the spiritual path consciously or unconsciously, जानने या अनजाने में, जब हमारे मन में ये विचार आना शुरू हो जाता है कि अरे, इस शरीर के भी परे कुछ है, मन है, मन के परे भी कुछ है, वो मन के परे जो चीज है वो क्या है, इसकी जब मन में जानने की उत्कंठा निर्माण होती है, तब आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में चलते हैं. एंड देन we find the biggest obstacle is that of the mind. How can we go beyond the mind? What actually is the mind? How does it function? What is the way? This was the knowledge which our ancestors thought was the most important thing to know. They spent who knows how many lifetimes discovering it, working with it, perfecting it, distilling it. Okay, this is the template which needs to be used. And this is something which will work today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 100 years later, 1,000 years later. It will work in India, it will work in America, it will work in Europe, it will work everywhere, as long as the mind remains the same. The principle of gravity works 100 years ago, worked today, works 100 years later. It works in India, it works in America, it works in Europe, it works in Australia, it works all over the globe. In fact, even if you go to the moon and the Mars, gravity will still exist. As long as the principle of two bodies attracting each other exists, the principle of gravity exists. As long as the mind exists, this template will exist and will be effective. And this template came to be known as the Raja Yoga Sutras, something which were learned, experienced over millennia. But this is so abstract a knowledge that it is very difficult, and people will find it hard to pick up this knowledge in one lifetime. Therefore, let us compile it into specific key words. You know, a key word is an interesting concept. You use one word, and from that one word, an entire compendium of knowledge opens up. Such a compressed, concise word, key word, can be one word or can be a phrase. In Sanskrit, that came to be known as the Sutra. Swalpaksharam asamdigdham saravat vishwato jagat astobham anavadyam cha sutram sutra vido viduhu. Swalpaksharam, very, very concise, minimum words. Asamdigdham, very clear, no confusion. Saravat vishwato jagat. contains the essence of everything it needs to. Astobham anavadyam cha. It doesn't create any unnecessary conflicts. It doesn't create any problems elsewhere. Such a concise phrase is known as a sutra. That is the definition of sutra. These are the sutras which were penned down. They are not the detailed exposition. They are the sutras. You have said one word and so much comes out of it. But to bring so much out of it from that one seed of the banyan tree, to bring the entire banyan tree out, you do not open the seed and pull the banyan tree out, do you? You need to follow a process. In the same way, if the sutra is there and we need to understand the sutra, and that knowledge needs to come up within us, a process has to be followed. And that process needs something known as Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya has got multiple meanings. Swa Adhyayan. I need to study. I need to make the effort. Just somebody telling me, opening up and Googling is not sufficient. I need to make the effort. Swa Adhyayan. Another aspect is the Swadhyaya. What is spoken of in scriptures is the study of the transcendental reality. When we are speaking of the transcendental reality, known as consciousness, known as Atma, आत्मा और परमात्मा की जब बात करते हैं, जिसके विषय में हमें बोला गया है कि हम उस आत्मा का स्वरूप है, तो ये मेरा अध्ययन है, मुझे करने की जरूरत है. ये दो चीजें जब होती हैं तब वो स्वाध्याय कहलाता है. और किसी भी सूत्र को अगर हमें समझना है तो स्वाध्याय की आवश्यकता है. We need to understand about Swadhyaya, the necessity of Swadhyaya, if we have to understand how we can get that transcendental knowledge, something which is beyond words, an experience, cannot be explained completely by words. Can anyone tell me the taste of gulab jamun? How does a gulab jamun taste? Can somebody tell me?
No, Swamiji.
No. Hare, you have never eaten a gulab jamun in your life?
You can only say that it is sweet.
Sweet.
It is sweet, right? Okay, good. Can you tell me the taste of malpua?
Again sweet.
Again sweet. So that means gulab jamun is equal to sweet. Malpua is equal to sweet. So therefore, mathematically, it is hence proven that gulab jamun is equal to malpua. You agree?
Yes.
Yes. So when you go to the market and you ask for gulab jamun, he gives you malpua, it is okay with you?
Means theoretically it is okay, but practically it is not okay.
They are different.
They are different.
Both are the different entity.
हाँ,
different
तो
item,
जी,
maybe
मतलब
combination of other.
हाँ, अब मिठाई है, उसमें मिठास है, लेकिन उसे अगर हम बतलाने का प्रयास करेंगे तो जितना बतलाते जाएंगे, ओ इट इज स्वीट, बट देन देयर इज अ वेरी स्लाइट टच ऑफ सॉल्टीनेस, ओ देयर इज अनदर टेस्ट, जितना बतलाते जाएंगे द फर्दर यू गो अवे एंड अवे एंड अवे फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस इटसेल्फ. द क्लोजेस्ट इज स्वीट. There is in physics a concept called Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. There are two aspects. I think it is momentum and location. You might know the momentum of a particle, subatomic particle, or you might know the location, but you can't know it in 100%. If you try to know one aspect in completeness, the other aspect starts going further and further away. You don't know much about it. Finally, you come to a position where you know almost 100% of one aspect, let us say momentum, and the other aspect, let us say location. But there is some degree of uncertainty over there. That's is exactly what happens when you have an experience which you are trying to explain. You can tell it almost correctly, but to have the actual understanding, you need to have the experience yourself. How can I have this experience? For that, I need to make that jump from intellectual knowledge to experiential knowledge. And that is why Swadhyaya is essential. No amount of intellectual knowledge, armchair information can give you the understanding. The moment you pick up the gulab jamun and eat it, aha. And then when somebody else who has not eaten the gulab jamun asks you, oh, so tell me, what is the taste? Ah, beautiful, it is sweet. Hare, you have given just the same answer. But for you, the understanding has shifted. When you are saying, oh, it is sweet, oh, it is sweet, oh, it is sweet, without experience, and when you experience it, then you say, oh, there is a difference. So what is the taste? It is sweet. I cannot explain it again. Even after experiencing it myself, I cannot explain the taste. The only way is by experience. Same way, the knowledge of the transcendental reality, which has been captured in a very specific manner in the sutras, cannot be understood in toto only by reading, only by listening. No. After acquiring that knowledge by various means, you need to start to reflect upon it. And once you start reflecting upon it, different dimensions open up about that information. And then you have to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you need to get into it all the time. Then you start getting a hint of that experience. Getting the experience is not possible for us. So that is what Swadhyaya is. And the Swadhyaya which we are going to do is about the Yoga Sutras of Maharshi Patanjali. Paramhans ji, Swami Satyanand ji calls it as the 4 chapters of freedom. मुक्ति के 4 सोपान. मुक्ति के 4 सोपान. मुक्ति क्यों भाई? क्योंकि हमारा मन बंधा हुआ है, फंसा हुआ है, अटका हुआ है, घिरा हुआ है. इस मन को हमें मुक्त करना है. The mind is stuck and it is held by many things. We need to get rid of all of them and free the mind. When you are able to free the mind, then you are able to refine the mind, then you are able to strengthen the mind, then you are able to upgrade the mind, then you are able to understand more about the mind. And when you understand more about the mind, then a time will come that you can actually transcend the mind. And when we are able to transcend the mind, then and then alone, that experience can be had. What is that experience? That experience is of only that. Kevalam asti, Sanskrit. Kevalam, only that is there. Only that, only that. There is nothing else but that. You have ghee, you have butter, you have buttermilk, you have curds. They all, in essence, are milk products. Ghee is so different than milk. You pour milk into fire and fire will get extinguished. You pour ghee into the fire, fire will burn brighter. How can then you say that ghee and milk are the same? They are not the same. But if you look at the essence of it, they are the same. There's no difference between milk and ghee when you consider the essence in the same way. This entire world, everything is there, existing and existing. But actually, if you try to go at the essence of the matter, the root of the matter, उसके जड़ों तक पहुंचने का प्रयास करेंगे कि भाई ये चीज है क्या, तब पता चलता है न इंद्रिय है, न विषय है, न मन है, लेकिन इन सब के परे एक अवस्था है और केवल वही अवस्था, केवल वही अवस्था, वही सत्य है. बाकी सब आगे पीछे होने वाली चीजें हैं. उस अवस्था को कैवल्य बोलते हैं, जहां केवलम 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 अस्ति. That state where only the experience of the transcendental remains and everything else falls away. That is the state of Kaivalya. And that is the culmination of yoga. What separates us from that state of Kaivalya? It is the mind, which gets entangled in to the sense objects through the senses, creating perceptions quite like the mirage. I am walking in the sand and suddenly I see, oh, you have the lake. I run towards it and find, oh, there was no lake there at all. I perceived it. I can say, I'm sure I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. How is it that it can't exist? Yes, my dear, it doesn't exist. It is a distortion of a reality which exists elsewhere. Mirages don't happen in thin air. There is reality somewhere, but that reality is distorted and I perceive it due to certain physical properties. In the same way, there is a reality, but that reality is distorted through our perception and we perceive it into multiple aspects. The experience of this happens through the mind. And the Raj Yoga Sutras speak about this. How can we work towards experiencing this, knowing this, based on the experiences of the ancestors, people who have actually experienced it, they jotted it down. I cannot explain the taste of gulab jamun to you, but I can get you to make a gulab jamun and eat it so you know, oh, this is how a gulab jamun tastes. And then you having known the gulab jamun again can't tell anybody else. The only way to convey the taste of gulab jamun is to distill the information of how to make the gulab jamun, get the person to make the gulab jamun, then and then alone the experience can come in. The 4 chapters of freedom do this. The mind is caught up in the senses and the sense objects. We need to pull it from there and connect it to the insides. How to do it? Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So that is the process. And along with this, there is so much more which has to be done. If you need to master all of this, that is spoken of in the Samadhi path. What is it that I want to achieve? Once I know that, oh, that is the goal I want to achieve, then comes the sadhan path. How to achieve? What do I do? And once the sadhana starts, oh, then you need to know there are few things, milestones on the way. How do I know that I am going? There are milestones and then there are again pitfalls. That is Vibhuti path. And having achieved that, then we come towards the final lap. You have almost reached. You are not there yet. So, what is it that you need to do? How do you need to work with the mind? What needs to happen? The complete knowledge from Samadhi Pad, Sadhan Pad, Vibhuti Pad actually is now coming into fruition. I have got the information of how to make the gulab jamun. I have understood I need to get the dough. I have understood I need to get ghee. I have understood I need to get uh, sweet sugar. I have understood I need to get fire. I have understood I need to get the kadai. I have understood all of that. And maybe I have tried to start to gather all of this. But just gathering all of this is not going to give me the gulab jamun. I need to start doing it. And while doing it, what happens? What needs to be done? All that information. Oh, you need to light the fire. You need to cook it in a specific manner. After cooking one stage, then you need to go to the other stage. And the details of cooking the gulab jamun. And while you are doing the cooking, when do you drop the gulab jamun? In sugar. When do you fry it? What to do? What not to do? How much to do? That information is in Kaivalya Path. Essence of mind management. In those final aspects, what is it that will happen? What has to be done? What has not to be done? So that you can eventually attain samadhi and beyond. You have that experience. So what happens to the mind at that point of time? And all those aspects, they are covered in Kaivalya Path. And it is this Kaivalya Path that we will be studying. The methodology which we will be doing is the same as we have done earlier. We will be taking 5 to 7 sutras per week. One sutra every day. So on Sunday, we have, let us say, taken 5 sutras. We will discuss about them. And then during the week, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days, pick up one sutra and ponder over it. Whenever you get some time, think about it. How do I understand it? What sense does it make to my life? How do I connect to that information? You are not going to write a new Yoga Sutra compendium because we are not there as yet. But based on the knowledge which has been received, how do I connect to that knowledge and make it relevant to me in my life? Then I start making a connection with that knowledge and a change starts taking place in me. My understanding deepens. That is what you have to do. One day, one sutra, 5 days. One day as a buffer. Sometimes you might have more sutras. Sometimes you might get busy, so you might miss out on something. Or if you have had everything, 5 days you have done 5 sutras, sixth day, let us understand all these 5 sutras in one shot. They are all related to each other. So you need to work on yourself for the entire week. And then when some degree of understanding has taken place, then we go into the next set. Next Sunday, again, 5 sutras. We will revise the previous 5 and take up the next 5. This way, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, we can understand it. We are not going to push the knowledge inside through an intravenous infusion. We are going to take it one morsel at a time. Because when you give an intravenous infusion, the joy of tasting that food is lost. We are going to take one morsel, savor the flavor. This is how it is. Okay. And then take the next, and the third, and the fourth, giving us satisfaction, contentment that yes, I have had not only a belly full, but a heart full of meal. This meal is not the physical meal, but this is the knowledge, the nourishment for the mind, wherein the mind can eventually become better and better and better and better, more refined, so that the experience of Kaivalya can be had. The experience of I and my father are one can be had. The experience of Aham Brahmasmi can be had. Whichever way we would like to color it, it's fine. Experience is the same. Because once you get into the experience, you can not actually explain it. And to explain it, we have to give analogies. And the analogies are meant to take us on a path of experience. I and my father are one. How can I and my father be one? Genetically, I can prove to you that my father is genetically different than me, etc., etc., etc. Yes, you are technically right, but you have missed the essence. I am not actually telling my physical father and my physical body are the same. I am trying to say something quite different. Aham Brahmasmi. How can I be Brahma? Brahma is that I am this. Oh, you can discuss ad infinitum. But you are missing out the essence and you are clutching the straws. No, that is not what we want to do. We want to go beyond the straws into the essence. And that is why we go step by step, eating it, digesting it, integrating it, and then going for the next and the next and the next. And having done that, it is not that we are going to get the experience of Kaivalya at the end of this Swadhyaya Sutra. We are going to understand how to walk this path. What are the pitfalls? What are the things which I have to do? And the journey begins with this. I won't say after this, because the journey begins with the first step we have taken. But the journey goes on and on and on and on. And this guide stays with you as long as you have not completed the journey. So it is this journey that we need to take up. And that is what we will be doing for the next 3 months, almost 14 to 15 weeks or 16 weeks, where we will be working. Now, you will say that, Swamiji, we did study Samadhi path, but it was so long time ago. We did study all the three, which is very true. So therefore, we will be doing a quick revision of Samadhi path, Sadhan path, Vibhuti path. Then we will continue and enter into Kaivalya path. So one lecture for each of the path. We have the verses and we will go through the verses quickly. So first session, Samadhi path is understood. Second, Sadhan path. Third, Vibhuti path. Then we start into Kaivalya path. Then we go step by step, slowly, 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 slowly. And in the end, we culminate. And when we culminate, we need to try and integrate that knowledge. To integrate that knowledge, it is not possible to integrate it at the end. We have to keep integrating it all the time. So therefore, every week when we meet, I will be asking one of you to read out the meanings. Because when we have to explain, then we have to think much more. That way, we deepen that experience and the connect. So it is going to be an interactive session. It is not going to be that information is given out and I will keep reading it at some point of time. It goes in, it doesn't go in, we don't know. No, you will have to express it. And to express it, you need to internalize it. So that is the journey which we will be taking. And that we will be starting from the coming Sunday, which is the 20th of April, India time, 6:30 to 7:30, 7:45, 1.25 hours. And then that information you need to ruminate upon, like the cow ruminates. Quickly she eats everything. And then she sits down and keeps on ruminating and ruminating and ruminating and ruminating. For 1 week, you have to ruminate. And then we go ahead. So this is how we will be proceeding with the Swadhyaya Satra. And Whoever would like to join us on this journey are most welcome. And you can register yourself and we can begin the journey. If you have any doubts, any questions, we have some 5-10 minutes. You can take that.
मुझे मैं पूछ सकती हूँ?
Sure.
आपने बीच में नारद भक्ति सूत्र क्यों सिखाए थे? उसका क्या कनेक्शन है? और मैंने सिर्फ नारद भक्ति सूत्र सीखे हैं, ये जो आप सिखा रहे हैं इसमें, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है मेरा भक्ति का ही पाठ है। तो
बढ़िया है। अगर आपका भक्ति का ही पाठ है तो फिर आप भक्ति कीजिए।
तो हाँ, तो आपने ये नारद ये सूत्र सिखाने के ये स्वाध्याय सत्र में नारद भक्ति सूत्र जो लिए थे उसका क्या कनेक्शन है, और मुझे ये कोर्स करना चाहिए क्या?
ये आपको करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए हम तो नहीं बतला सकते हैं, वो तो आपको तय करना है।
मुझे उसका अभ्यास करने से कुछ ज्यादा फायदा होगा क्या?
देखिए, the question is, my path is the path of bhakti. I don't want to get into all this stuff. It's too brainy and intellectual for me. That is the question. So, should I get into this brainy stuff? So, personally, I feel there is a contradiction. If you know that your path is the path of bhakti, then you don't need to do anything else. Just do bhakti and bhakti and bhakti and bhakti. However, we need to understand that if I have to do bhakti, who am I? I am this body. I am this mind. Why is it that I am not able to do bhakti? Because there is some problem coming up. Where is this problem coming up? The problem is coming because my mind, which wants to be, I want to be at the lotus feet of my Lord. But this dirty mind, it goes and says that, oh, look at that television serial, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at that film, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at the bangles, they are so beautiful. Oh, look at the car, it is so beautiful. Oh, how is he behaving this way? My mind is pulling me away from it. Come on, what do I do? It is the mind which allows us to experience bhakti. And it is the mind which pulls us away from the path. And if you need to know how to manage the mind, then you need to pick up the manual which speaks about the mind. The manual which explains about how to manage the mind. And the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are one of the most concise and precise and best manuals about mind and mind management. So therefore, if your mind is completely in your control and you are in the state of bhakti, then you don't need to join this. But if your mind plays tricks, the communication from external to internal and the response from internal to external is happening through this interface called the mind. And if the mind is playing tricks, then I would say you need to first understand how I can manage the mind. Because only and only when you are able to manage the mind, can you experience bhakti. If you are already friends with the mind, then you don't need. If you are not friends with the mind, the simplest way is to understand how the mind functions so that we can manage the mind better and harness it and then transcend it. Namo Namaste.
स्वामी जी,
Yes.
स्वामी जी, समाहित चित्त और वित्थित चित्त, इसके बारे में पूछना था कि योग सूत्र में हमेशा वो आता है कि वित्थित चित्त वालों के लिए अष्टांग योग बताया है और समाहित चित्त वालों के लिए क्रिया योग, तो थोड़ा उसके बारे में कंफ्यूजन था तो पूछना था.
This is a topic which we should discuss in the sutras themselves. But you see, mind can either be directed towards one activity, one pointed, or the mind can be oscillating, or the mind can be distracted, or the mind is sleeping. So depending on how the mind is, we need to begin from there. So you have just spoken about two aspects, but then there are, in yoga, there are so many tools. Not only Raja Yoga, but there are so many tools. Each tool is essential to manage a type of mind. And the funny part is that sometimes, very occasionally, my mind can become ekagra. Sometimes it is oscillating. Sometimes it is distracted. Sometimes it goes down to sleep, goes into a mood avastha. Oh, what to do? So, because our mind keeps moving in all these different things, so therefore, Swami Shivananji said, you need to have an integral approach. A little bit of this, a little bit of this, in the correct manner, correct dose, correct system will help us. So that is the overall concept. And when we discuss about the sutras, then we will take this up in detail.
So Swamiji, the timing is fixed for 6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m.
Okay.
That's okay. Or if there's difficulty and for everyone, we can see if we need to. But it has to be between 6 to 6:30. It can't be further after that.
That's fine, Swamiji.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on Sundays or Saturdays, Swamiji?
My Sundays, your Saturdays. My Sunday morning, which is your Saturday evening.
Okay. So same schedule.
Same
like
time. Yeah.
regular
That is why I have had this Swadhyaya orientation at this point, so that we sort of connect that okay, this is the time we are going to be doing the Swadhyaya.
And it's going to be only once a week.
Yes, we will be doing once a week, and then you have to do every day as per your capacity and ability, so that we can. But this is actually, a lifelong process.
Yeah. No, the classes. So the other classes also, right, Swamiji? On Mondays and Wednesdays,
Mondays and Wednesdays, you will be having the Chakra Shuddhi.
Okay.
What
And that's it.
Seema had mentioned, one of you had mentioned that there are different aspects of yoga. Should I do this yoga? Should I do that yoga? We need to do a combination, because our mind jumps from this to that to the other to the other. So we need to, have a multi-pronged approach if we need to manage our mind.
And Tulsidas, when will you be doing? Is during the
Mantra Yoga Sadhana. Yeah. So Mantra
Yoga.
Yoga Sadhana, we will be starting 15 minutes early.
Okay.
So that then we get time every day from Monday till Thursday, India time, of course.
Yeah.
We will be doing our mantra yoga sadhana, and after that we will be doing few verses of the Ramcharitmanas, and then we will be understanding the thing, because the dialect which is used is not the dialect we understand generally. There will be few people who come from that area who will know, but suppose we are speaking in English and we don't know English, so the conversation which has taken place in English needs to be translated. So that is what we are going to do. There are the verses of the Ramcharitmanas. We will be looking at the translation, because in the translation, in between lines, there is so much which is said.
Yes.
Ramcharitmanas is a powerful text on bhakti. And when you are working with bhakti, you have to work with the mind, because it is the same mind which brings you close to the Lord, and it is the same mind which makes you run away from the Lord, because the perceptions change. So understanding the mind in a different manner is what we will be doing at that time. So that way, a little bit of proteins, a little bit of carbohydrates, a little bit of fats, a little bit of vitamins, a little bit of minerals, and we have the whole meal prepared for us.
Thank you, Swamiji. But just last question. The hours, Swamiji, so everything is going to be night for us in the States, right? All the classes. You said one class would be in the morning.
Yes, the Chakra
For
Shuddhi
us.
classes will be in the morning.
In the morning, okay,
Yeah.
because, okay. Mondays and Wednesdays, okay.
No, for you it will be Sundays and Tuesdays, if I am not mistaken. Hemaji?
Sunday.
So Monday and
Oh,
Wednesday.
no.
Yeah,
You are right.
it will be
Monday morning, Wednesday morning
morning. Yeah.
will be the Chakra Shuddhi classes, and Sunday to Wednesday evening will be the Mantra Yoga with Ramcharitmanas. Then Thursday and Friday, we will have the Lalita Sahasranam and the Panchamahabhuta, and that completes the Mantra Yoga. So there are three things which are happening almost simultaneously in the day. Mantra Booster continues with 15 minutes extension.
Yeah.
Chakra Shuddhi continues twice a week, and Swadhyaya once a week.
Swamiji, this is the book that you were talking about.
Yes.
So
4
if people
chapters of freedom.
are not familiar with it, this is the book that Swamiji is talking
This is
about.
the book which is the basis of all what we will be discussing. So if you can get a copy of this book, nothing like it. It makes life much, much easier. The 4 chapters of freedom by Swami Satyananda Saraswati.
स्वामी जी
जी
जैसे अभी आपने बताया कि स्वामी शिवानंद जी और स्वामी सत्यानंद जी ने इंटीग्रल योगा बताया, राजयोग हटक ऑल द ब्रांचेस, है ना। तो जैसे बहुत बार ऐसे कहा जाता है कि राजयोग मन के ऊपर काम करता है। तो उस समय भी ऐसा ही होगा ना, जैसे कि केवलम राजयोगाय हठयोग उपदिश्यते, कि राजयोग के अभ्यास के लिए हठ योग बताया गया है। तो डिपेंडेंसी तो सभी समय पर हो सकती है ना, ऐसा नहीं कि
डिपेंडेंसी नहीं
राजयोग बताया
बोलेंगे,
उस समय।
इंटरडिपेंडेंसी बोल सकते हैं।
इंटरडिपेंडेंसी कि सारी शाखाएं एक दूसरे को पूरक है। तो ऐसा नहीं कि राजयोग जब जो समय बताया, जैसे कि कहा जाता है कि पतंजलि के समय, तो उस समय सभी लोग समाहित चित्त थे, या फिर ऐसा तो नहीं बताया जा सकता कि उनको हठयोग पर कमांड थी या फिर अधिकारी थे।
देखिए, अगर आप देखेंगे ना, अप्रोच अलग है। जब आप हठयोग करते हैं, जब आप हठयोग करते हैं, तब भी आप मन पर ही प्रभाव डाल रहे हैं। जब आप कर्मयोग करते हैं, तब भी आप मन पर ही प्रभाव डाल रहे हैं। जब आप भक्ति योग का अभ्यास करते हैं, तब भी आप मन पर ही प्रभाव डाल रहे हैं। राजयोग में भी मन पर ही प्रभाव होता है, कुंडली योग में भी वही होता है। देखिए, अंततो गत्वा मेरे और परमात्मा के बीच में एक इंसुलेशन गैप है। वो इंसुलेशन गैप मन है। उस मन को हमको हटाना है। तो भाई कभी ऐसे तो कभी वैसे तो कभी तीसरे प्रकार से चौथे प्रकार से अलग अलग प्रकार से हम लोगों को वो, कभी हमको हथौड़ा मारना पड़ता है, कभी बिल्कुल बारीकी से काम करना पड़ता है, कभी फूंक मारना पड़ता है, कभी कपड़े से पोंछना पड़ता है। अब आप बोलेंगे कि भाई आप मूर्ति बना रहे हैं तो ये अलग अलग चीज क्यों कर रहे हैं? भाई वो अलग अलग चीज नहीं करेंगे तो मूर्ति बनेगी नहीं। सब घोड़े 12 टक्के तो होते नहीं है। You understand?
Yes, Swami
If
ji.
you have to chisel out a murti, you need to use a hammer, and then you need to use a very fine scalpel. Then you need to also brush it. You need to also wipe it. You need to also blow it. Oh, what is this? You tell me one thing. I will use either the chisel or the carver or the brush or the blower. I'll just use one thing. Will you have the murti?
No, Swami ji. Very nice example. Oh my God. मन के सारे एस्पेक्ट्स को आपने अलग अलग तरीके से उसको शुद्ध बनाना है और फिर आपको मन को हटाना
तब
है।
ना जाकर के इंसुलेशन हटेगा, तब ना वो
Yes.
मूर्ति बनेगी जो उसकी
तो
रिफ्लेक्शन है।
हर एक के मन की अवस्था पे डिपेंड होगा कि आपने कहाँ से शुरू करना है और क्या क्या आपको मतलब
if your chitta is ekagra, you hardly need much of yoga. If your chitta is oscillating between ekagrata and just one more point, you need a little bit of yoga. But if your chitta is mood, it is kshipta, it is distracted, it is sleeping, sometimes here, sometimes there, sometimes, then you need all aspects of yoga to manage yourself. And all of us are in that state. None of us is in a state high enough that you don't need much. So we are all in the same boat, and we need all the aspects to
Yes.
allow us to go for.
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you.
Chaliye ji. So with this, we conclude today's session. And if you have any other doubts, you can put in. And I will, since I see that everyone is already in the WhatsApp group, I will put, already we have put the registration link in the WhatsApp group, but I will put it once again. And then we will join, we will start from next Sunday, 20th of April. Let us conclude with Shanti Path. Please sit straight, head, neck, shoulders, back, all in a straight line. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Bring your awareness to your Bhumadhya. At the Bhumadhya, visualize the form of either your Guru or your Ishtadevata or a brightly burning candle flame. Maintaining your awareness here, we shall chant Om 3 times followed by Shanti Path. Inhale deeply. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हैंड्स इन प्रणाम मुद्रा। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। हरिः ओम। हरि ओम तत्सत्। Gently rub your palms against each other. Place them on the closed eyes. Experience the warmth radiating from your palms to your eyes, to your brain, to the whole body. And then gently move the palms away. Open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namo Narayan. Jai.
Namo Narayan, Swamiji.
Namo Narayan Ji.